This is what the Bible refers to as the sin of self-righteousness. And so typically when we think of self-righteous people, we think of, Angela from The Office. A Christian, good Christian woman, and she has her hair, put back and, very prudent and prudish. Or, we think of Kenneth from 30 Rock, or we think of the warden from that Stephen King movie. They turned it into a movie, Shawshank Redemption. That's what we like to call it. Or really any Stephen King book. Every book has a evil Christian, hypocritical, malicious character. And I think of that too. When I think of, self-righteous, the first thing I think of is Christian. I hate to say that. But like you probably have the same feeling. That's true, but there's something about self-righteousness that is actually part and parcel of the human condition. That is to say, this is something that we see in all people, not just religious people or Christian people. How about this? Doing some studies here, the song Eleanor Rigby by the Beatles. They asked the two different writers of the song, who wrote more? To which John Lennon replied that he wrote 70% and Paul McCartney said he wrote 80%. No wonder that song is so good. 150% of a song, huh? What about marriage? You ask married couples, what percentage of the chores do you guys do? Consistently, married couples say that they do over 100% when you add their two percentages together. What about students doing group work? Consistently added up to 200%. So if you had 4 different people, instead of saying 25% apiece, all of them would say, I did at least half the work. What about contribution to academic articles? Even academicians and academics fall prey to this. They're even worse. They're anywhere from 205% to 261%. Everybody thinks that he or she is working the hardest, that they're doing more of the work. That's impossible. That's metaphysically impossible for people to be doing more than 100%. I'm sure you can see that. What about the majority of students? The majority of students think that they're above average in intelligence. That is impossible. Somebody has to be average or below average, okay? The majority of managers at work think that they're above average in their competence. Somebody just has to be the average manager around here. 90% of drivers think that they are above average in skill and safety. And 94% of professors think that they're above average with teaching. The majority of people, and this is the most ironic part, think that they're less biased than others. So here we're seeing something. As one group studied this, they found most of us appear to believe that we are more athletic, more intelligent, more organized, more ethical, more logical, more interesting, more fair-minded, and more healthy, not to mention more attractive than the average person. See, that shows something about the human condition, that we think that we're naturally better than other people. This isn't just religious people, it's also irreligious people. In fact, let's just get rid of the adjectives. It's people. People are biased to think that they're better than others. Cindy May, writing for Scientific American, 2017, she says, when comparing ourselves versus other people, we tend to rate ourselves more highly on a host of positive measures, including intelligence, ambition, friendliness, and modesty. This finding is sometimes called the self-enhancement effect. This self-enhancement effect is more profound for moral characteristics. Now that is an interesting point. Intelligence, good looks, athleticism, but when it comes to ethics and morality, she says this gets cranked up to an 11. She says, in fact, we are, quote, most irrational when we consider moral traits. That's something that should just get you to pause when you start to think about what a great person I am. How do you know that? And against what standard do you measure goodness?